Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back with another interesting topic in Vedic astrology today. And today, once again, we'll be talking about relationships, and we'll be talking actually not exactly about relationships, but a particular combination between a husband and a wife, and not a combination, but rather a combination in the wife's chart. So we are discussing the female woman's chart, who is the wife in this case, and she has a combination where her marriage is not successful, and also she can even go to the extent of destroying her husband. Now, I do not necessarily mean to be extremely negative as far as this video is concerned. The sutras, actually this is coming directly from the Gemini Sutras, so once again I'll remind you that all my videos are a direct reference to the ancient scriptures. And this sutra actually says that the influence of this woman, based on the combination this woman has a very negative influence on her husband, so much so that she can destroy the husband, so much so that she can even go ahead and once again, I don't want to use this negative word, but kill her husband. Okay, but that's what the sutra says. It's not coming from me, it's not coming from any imagination of any modern day astrologer. This is coming from a sutra. So and what does the sutra say? Well, the sutra says, which is given to us by the great sage Gemini, the second generation to sage Parashara, that in case in a birth chart of a woman, the 8th house or the 7th house has an aspect of both Mars and Ketu. Okay, and we know that Mars and Ketu are friends, so, and both are big malefics. So the sutra says that in case in the 7th house there is an aspect of both, so it's not either, but it's both Mars and Ketu are aspecting the 7th house, or Mars and Ketu are sitting in the 7th house, either in the 7th house or the 8th house. That's what the sutra says. Then the combination of this kind of a combination, rather, in a woman's chart can make her destroy the husband, and even go to the extent of killing the husband even. Okay, so the sutra also goes ahead with an extension of this sutra that this will also be applicable in case in the Navansha or the D9 chart Ketu and Mars are conjunct, not in the 7th house but in any of the 12 houses. Okay, so once again, in the main Rashi chart, in case Ketu and Mars are either aspecting or sitting in the 7th house, or, so it's not and, or in the Navamsha chart, Ketu and Mars are sitting in any of the 12 houses, okay, in the D9 chart, then the woman's chart, this combination is so negative that she can destroy the husband, or even knowingly destroy the husband or kill the husband or whatever. So the reason why I'm making this video is because a lot of people believe in matching horoscopes, and you do not want to get into a situation where the parents or even the man himself can check the woman's birth chart if there exists such kind of a relationship that in the woman's chart, if Mars and Ketu are either aspecting or conjunct in the 7th house, or Mars and Ketu are conjunct in any of the houses in the D9 chart or the Navansha chart, then you're inviting trouble. Okay, so there's a red flag right there that do not get into a marital relationship with a woman. It's not the woman's fault, it's just the kind of a combination the woman has, which you should be extremely cautious of. Okay, now I'll refer this little birth chart which you can see on the screen here. Here this lady married 3 times, and still the marriage was not successful. Okay, and I'll tell you whose chart it is. Pretty much a lot of people, especially from India, would be knowing whose chart this is. But if you can see here, Mars and Ketu are aspecting. Mars is aspecting the 7th house and Ketu is sitting right there. Okay, so that fulfills this condition given by Sage Gemini in the sutra. And even otherwise, if you look at from the traditional other astrological methods or techniques of viewing marital happiness in this birth chart, the 7th house is totally destroyed. Venus, which is the karaka for marriage, is completely destroyed here. Jupiter, which is the significator or karaka of marriage in a woman's chart, is also in a bad position, sitting here, as you can see. Venus is sitting in an enemy sign, and the Dharakaraka, which is Venus in this particular case, is also sitting in a bad house. So the whole chart is completely negative as far as the marital happiness is concerned. But we are not even discussing that. We are just discussing at this particular sutra given to us by Sage Gemini that in case Mars and Ketu both are conjunct in the main Rashi chart, or Mars and Ketu are, I apologize, in case Mars and Ketu are conjunct in the 7th house in the main Rashi chart, or if Mars and Ketu are aspecting the 7th house in the main Rashi chart, then a woman has the capability to destroy the husband. Okay, so that is one condition which is fulfilled. Now in her Navamsha chart, which is not shown here on the screen, the other condition was, if you remember, I just mentioned a few minutes ago that the other condition also is that in case, and it's not a condition, it is a or, if this condition is not fulfilled, then look at the D9 chart, and in case Ketu and Mars are conjunct in any house, then also a woman has the capability to destroy the husband. But in her chart, this lady's chart, that condition is not fulfilled, but it is fulfilled here. Once again, it's not a condition, it is an or, is not fulfilled. But in the main Rashi chart, this is fulfilled. Now, like I said, you know, she married thrice, and I wouldn't say that she destroyed the husbands, but somehow the husbands got destroyed. I wouldn't say that she killed the husband, but somehow they got destroyed. The first, and this birth chart, by the way, is, if you've not been able to guess it so far, then this birth chart is the birth chart of the great actress Rekha. Okay, and if you look from the traditional other methods and techniques, I've just discussed that, you know, there is no marital happiness in this birth chart. But in particular, this sutra given to us by the great sage Gemini, Mars and Ketu are aspecting the 7th house. Mars is aspecting and Ketu is sitting in the 7th house. So this condition is fulfilled. And the first husband of hers was a film star, and eventually, you know, he did not survive it. The marriage did not survive, and after he got married to her in his later on years, his career went down sharply as well. The other, well, it was not a marriage, it was kind of a Gandharva Vivaha, which we called. It was kind of a union between her and another very huge superstar, and he almost lost his life. You know, he got into an accident, and I'm not going to name that person. I understand that most of you would have already guessed it. You know, he got into an accident while shooting for a film, and he almost lost his life. And the third husband, as per the reports, he committed suicide. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is the chart. I'm not saying that she purposely destroyed the husbands, but somehow the husbands got destroyed, and this sutra fulfills that promise which has been given. Well, it's not a positive promise, but a negative caution which it has mentioned as far as that lady is concerned and her husbands are concerned. So I just wanted to, like I said, bring it to your attention because it's extremely important. If you're getting into a marital relationship, look out for this combination. If you can see Mars and Ketu either aspecting or conjunct the seventh house in the main Rashi chart, red flag right there. Or in case Mars and Ketu are conjunct in the D9 chart, then again it's a red flag there. So hopefully you enjoyed this video on marital relationships, and also how to choose the best spouse for yourself as far as men are concerned. And in the meanwhile, I will recommend subscribe to my channel, check out my website, there is a link below, and I will see you with an interesting topic in Vedic astrology very soon. Goodbye.